Hi, this is Christa. I work with Zappos in the recruiting department, and today I'm going to answer a question from Julie. And her question was, what do you do to provide an extraordinary candidate interviewing experience? So great question. We do a couple of different things. I guess I want to start out first by saying that our main focus in recruiting at Zappos is to make sure that we're hiring people who are both a culture fit and a technical fit. So we're looking for those two things. Along the way, though, our main goal is to try to provide our candidates with the same exceptional customer service experience that we provide to our customers. So one of the things that we do is make sure that we reply to all inquiries from any candidate. We also try to do that in a timely manner and make sure that we close the loop on any candidates that we come into contact with, even if the end result is that we're not going to hire them. We've gotten actually a ton of thank yous from candidates who we've rejected, oddly enough, just because many companies, I guess, aren't taking the time to even, let someone know that they received the resume and that they decided not to move forward. So that's been a really good thing. I think that's a hard thing to do in recruiting, especially if you have a lot of candidates coming in, which at Zappos is a pretty tall order. Just this year alone, so far up through April, we've had over 8,000 applications. So I know it's a hard thing to do, but I think it's important if you're trying to be a service-oriented company. A couple other things we do. Interviewing can definitely not be a fun thing, so we try to make the experience fun and personable. So we start with our application being a little bit unique and different. Sure, it still has the same kind of boring where did you work types of questions that an application has to have, but we also ask fun questions like if every time you walked into a room your theme song played, what would your theme song be and why, and those types of things. It's got fun questions throughout it and encouragement along the way. So that's one area that I think helps make the experience fun for the candidate. Another thing, our next step after that is usually a phone interview with a candidate. And while we are asking questions about their resume and their experience, we also try to make that pretty informal. We'll ask them about, what their how their coworkers may describe them, or we'll ask them, what's the most fun time you've had at work, and why. And so we're looking for both, can they potentially do the job at that point in that first screening, but also trying to get to know them a little bit too and share a little bit about us as recruiters here. Next up, we have a lot of candidates who actually travel into town. So if you have an out-of-town candidate coming in, you can do a lot of different things to make that a good experience for them. One of the things we do first is we arrange and coordinate all the travel for them. Down to when we pick them up, we have pimped out Zappos shuttles that will pick them up at the airport or their hotel and bring them to the office. That's always kind of fun for candidates. Once they get here, we'll start their day with a Zappos tour. We have tour flags that they get to carry, and we think it's important for them to really see our culture and our environment in action before they actually sit down and interview, so they have a strong sense for what we're about here and make sure on their end to see if it's a good fit for them. They get a culture book, which is a book that all of the employees at Zappos get a chance to put their thoughts into about what it's like to work here. So for a candidate, it's great to be able to flip to, let's say they're coming in for finance, they can flip to the finance team's area and look through potential coworkers of theirs and see what they had to say about working at Zappos and working in the finance teams. That's a really good inside look again for a candidate. And then lastly, I would mention we have themed interview rooms. The room I'm in right now, I think, is Cirque du Soleil, maybe. But other rooms are Cher's dressing room. We have a log cabin room. We have a superhero room. So it's a little bit more relaxed than coming into a white-walled office and sitting across the desk from an interviewer and feeling more like you're being interrogated than having a conversation. So we really work to try to make it be conversational.